Okay, welcome to the deep dive. We've got a stack of material here, all focused on a single day, June 12th, 2025. And it looks like some pretty significant shifts happened in the world of artificial intelligence just on that one date.
That's right. The sources we're looking at today, they point to some really interesting developments across different parts of the AI landscape, actually, all hitting the news largely on X around the same time.
So, our mission, as always, is pretty simple. We're going to cut through all the noise in these sources. We'll pull out the absolute most important knowledge and insights for you. So, by the end of this, you should have a clear picture of what actually happened and, why it matters.
Yeah, today we're going to unpack, I think, three key areas. There's a major leap forward in AI voice synthesis, then the debut of a new AI agent designed for making real-time decisions, and also some powerful enhancements in AI video generation. Quite a bit to cover.
Definitely. Okay, let's dive into this source material then. Kicking things off, there was a big announcement affecting how AI, well, how it sounds.
Right. The sources highlight the release of version 3 of ElevenLabs AI voice synthesis tool. This happened right on June 12th.
ElevenLabs v3. And the buzz mentioned on X, it seems centered on what, two main things?
Yeah, enhanced realism and significantly expanded multilingual support. The sources are really emphasizing those points.
Enhanced realism.
Absolutely. One post specifically describes it as giving AI a human voice with uncanny precision. That's the quote. The material positions this as, like, setting a new benchmark for audio AI capabilities.
Uncanny precision. Yeah, that really gets your attention, doesn't it? What kind of uses are the sources suggesting this level of realism opens up?
Well, they point to applications like creating ultra-realistic audiobooks, for
Mm-hmm.
one, also developing more natural and human-sounding virtual assistants,
Yeah.
and widespread use in media production generally. Think
Yeah.
about independent creators or companies needing audio at scale.
Right, yeah. If the voice is basically indistinguishable from a human, the possibilities just explode. But the sources also bring up a critical concern, kind of tied directly to that realism, don't they?
Oh, they do. The potential for misuse, particularly in generating convincing deepfakes. That's flagged as a really serious issue that comes, hand in hand with this kind of advanced capability.
Makes sense. I mean, if you can perfectly clone a voice, the risk of impersonation is huge. It seems the sheer quality and the tools, natural language processing, are what's really capturing attention right now.
That seems to be the case, according to the sources. Yes, it's pushing the technical boundary.
So, looking at the bigger picture here, this kind of update, it has the potential to completely change the game for anyone working with audio.
It really could. It might drastically lower costs,
Yeah.
increase production speed,
Hmm.
especially for personalized or, say, localized content. But as the sources note, those ethical implications of that uncanny precision,
Hmm.
they're going to force a conversation about regulation, probably, as more people start using it.
Yeah, it really highlights that classic challenge, doesn't it? Innovation versus responsibility, especially when the tech gets this good. Okay, so shifting gears from audio, the sources also covered a new player entering the AI agent space that same day, June 12th again.
Yes, according to X posts cited in the material, XAI debuted something called Runner H.
Runner H. Okay. What exactly is this agent designed to do? It's not like a chat bot, right?
No, no, it's described as an AI agent built specifically for real-time decision-making. So not generating text or images, but making choices and making them fast.
Right. And the primary goal mentioned in the sources for this kind of rapid decision making, what's the target?
It's aimed squarely at optimizing complex operations, particularly in logistics and autonomous systems. The whole idea is to use rapid data-driven choices to improve things like supply chain efficiency and the performance of self-driving technology.
Huh. So it sounds like it's meant to be a system's brain, but a super fast one. The sources used an analogy I liked.
Ah, yeah, they called it a super smart co-pilot for complex operations. It's supposed to work alongside existing systems, kind of enhancing their decision-making capabilities, especially in dynamic environments.
That analogy helps picture it. But, a co-pilot has to handle unexpected turbulence. Do the sources discuss its reliability, like in messy real-world conditions?
They do point that out, yeah, that its effectiveness in really unpredictable scenarios, well, it remains untested. Real-world logistics, autonomous driving,
Hmm.
they involve chaotic elements that models built in controlled environments might just struggle with.
That's a crucial practical point the sources raise. And this launch, it fits into XAI's broader mission, doesn't it?
The material indicates it aligns with XAI's stated goal to, quote, accelerate human discovery. suggesting that optimizing these complex systems can maybe help speed up progress in related fields.
Okay, so what does this potential co-pilot mean for industries that really live or die by speed and precision?
Well, if it works as intended, it could dramatically improve efficiency, maybe even safety, in fields like logistics, transportation. However, as the sources caution, proving its reliability, its resilience, especially when faced with unexpected variables, that's the absolute critical hurdle it needs to clear.
Definitely something to watch closely then. Okay, now, moving from decisions to visuals, there was also news about AI video generation that day.
That's right. The sources highlighted that Leo AI integrated Google's VO3 model into its platform. Also on June 12th, according to posts found on X.
Leo AI integrating VO3, and what does that mean for Leo AI users? What's the benefit?
It's described as a significant boost to their video generation capabilities, specifically aimed at creative projects. The outcome, according to the sources, is the ability to create higher quality AI-generated videos with improved realism and more options for customization.
Which sounds incredibly powerful for creators. The sources seem to indicate this is aimed at a specific audience, like professionals.
Yes, they mentioned it's particularly appealing to filmmakers and marketers,
Yeah.
people who need, professional-grade video output.
Right. They use another great analogy here, saying this integration is like handing creators
A
a...
powerful new paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah. It suggests a tool that expands the creative palette, allows for visual expression that might have been, well, difficult or just impossible before.
But with that kind of power, are there any challenges that the sources point to? Any downsides?
Yes, the material notes that the technical demands. The tech itself might require significant computing resources, and that could potentially limit accessibility for some users. Not everyone has a high-end setup.
That's a key point. So on one hand, this kind of powerful tool being integrated into a platform could open the door for many more people to create high-quality video.
Exactly. Potentially democratizing the process, right?
Yeah.
Giving independent creators access to tools previously limited to, like, big studios.
Yeah.
But that resource requirement,
Yeah.
could also widen the gap, making it easier for those with significant computing power or budget while maybe leaving others behind.
Hmm. Three distinct, but wow, incredibly significant developments: voice, decision-making, and video all emerging on the same day. It's kind of no wonder the sources mentioned a broader trend happening.
Exactly. The material points out that the hashtag AI innovation was actually trending on X that day. And it wasn't just a general trend, apparently.
It was specifically tied to these releases, right? The ElevenLabs, the XAI, the Leo AI.
That's what the sources indicate, yeah. Posts were buzzing with excitement over ElevenLabs V3, XAI's Runner H, and Leo AI integrating VO3. Many users were indeed calling it a wave of AI breakthroughs. That phrase popped up.
Interesting. And what was the overall sentiment reflected in those posts? Mostly positive.
The sources note it leaned heavily positive, yeah. Users were sharing ideas for creative uses, especially for the voice and video tools, but they also mentioned that some posts included cautions about the ethical risks, bringing those deepfake concerns, for instance, back into the conversation.
So this trend wasn't just like random internet noise. It reflected real, tangible progress happening pretty much simultaneously across these different AI domains.
It really highlights the pace of development right now
Yeah.
and how fast boundaries are being pushed in seemingly unrelated areas
Yeah.
all at once.
So wrapping up this deep dive then, we've unpacked a day, June 12th, that saw major advancements in AI voice synthesis with ElevenLabs V3, the introduction of a real-time decision-making agent in XAI's Runner H,
Right.
and enhanced AI video generation capabilities thanks to Leo AI integrating VO3. And these weren't isolated events, but part of a trending wave of AI innovation that day.
Yeah, hopefully digging into these sources has given you a clear picture of what these developments actually are
Yeah.
and, why they're important markers of where AI is heading right now.
It really makes you think about the future, though. If AI is getting this good this fast at understanding language to create voices,
Yeah.
making instant complex decisions,
Mm.
and generating high-quality visuals, how might these distinct capabilities start to, well, converge?
That's the big question.
And what new, perhaps unforeseen questions will we need to confront when AI can essentially speak, decide, and see and create at such advanced levels all at the same time?